Hello and welcome to this exercise session from Sight Support West of England. My name's Ketyn and I'm an Extend exercise instructor. Now in this session I'm going to set you 3 little challenges which you can do in your own time, in your own home, whenever you feel so inclined. And as with all the exercises, you only do what you can, you work to your own ability and your own level of strength, and if you need to stop or take a break, that's absolutely fine. Everyone just works to their own level. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is some push-ups against a wall. So the correct posture for this is you need to be stood facing the wall with your feet hip width apart, and how far away your feet are from the wall is up to you. The further your feet are away, the harder it's going to be. So you're going to place your hands in front of you on the wall at shoulder height and about shoulder width apart. And as I say, your feet are hip width apart, and you, so to start with, have your feet fairly close to the wall. Just see how it feels like this. If you feel you can take your feet further away to make it more difficult, that's okay. So you've got your palms facing onto the wall, shoulder width apart. Your fingers are pointing up towards the ceiling. Okay, now with your elbows, what you're aiming to do is lower your body, the top half of your body, onto the wall, towards the wall, and the lower part of your arm, so between the elbow and the wrist, will go towards the wall. So hopefully you can get that part, your lower arm, touching the wall. So let's do this. So you're going to lower the body forwards toward the wall, and as your arms should touch the wall, the lower part, then push back to where you started from, and try that again. So lower forwards and then push your body back up away from the wall. Now we've just done a couple of very slow ones there. You can obviously do more and go faster. So let's try that. So again, hands at shoulder height, feet hip width apart, and when you're ready, lower the body forwards, push back, and again forwards and push yourself back. Bring the body forward and push back. Let's do one more, forwards and push back. Now you should feel that working across your shoulders. You also need to have your tummy pulled in, so you're working your core muscles as well. Now if you found that to be easy, take your feet further back away from the wall and try it this way. See if it feels much more difficult or a little bit more difficult. So your hands remain in the same position. They will be at shoulder height, shoulder width apart. Lower the body towards the wall and then push back, and you should feel the difference there. It's really quite a lot more difficult. Okay, so always find what works best for you, and I would suggest you probably start off with about 5 repetitions and then work up. Always have a goal. If you want to work up to 10, 8 to 10 and then beyond, that's fabulous. So that's the first one. Now the second exercise is about stepping up and down onto a stair, which is why I'm stood in my hallway today, if you can see this. And not everybody has stairs in their house. I know some people live in bungalows. So if you want to do this exercise, you need to find something appropriate and safe to do this, but we're going to be stepping up and down. So perhaps you've got an old Yellow Pages or phone directory or something, but obviously it needs to be fairly deep. I'm just going to be going up and down on the first stair of my staircase, and what we're going to do is stand up and down with one foot and then the other. So I'll talk you through it. Okay, so you need to have a handrail or something to hold on to. It's very important to feel safe. The other thing I should have said is if you are going to be using a Yellow Pages or if you've got something else that you can use as a step, please make sure that you put it up against a wall, or better still into the corner of a room where you know it's not going to move about, because we don't want any injuries. Okay, so it needs to be really secure and safe in its position before you attempt this exercise. Okay, so as I say, holding on to the handrail if you need to, or if you're happy you can just not use it, but know that there's something there to help you. And you're going to, I'll turn this way, stand up with your right foot, bring the left foot up, step down with your right foot, step down with the left, and repeat. So up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down. Now keep going like this. Well done. Now, as before, you're going to aim to do about 10 of these to start with. See how it feels and then build up to more. Let's have another go. So right up, right down, left down, up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down. 2 more. And stop there. Fantastic. If you felt so inclined to walk all the way up the stairs and all the way back down, and all the way up the stairs and all the way back down several times, that's also really, really great. The stairs are there. We can use them. They're free. A lot of homes have them. As I said at the beginning, I know some people live in bungalows, but that's just an example. I'm just giving you some examples of things you can do in your own home to challenge yourself and to strengthen your muscles. So the last challenge I'm going to show you today is the sit to stand challenge. So we have done this in some of the other sessions that I have recorded for you, and this is probably one of the single most important exercises that I recommend everybody does as often as possible. So you need a chair. So I've got my chair here, preferably a dining chair, something without arms on it, that's nice and strong and secure. Now, if you want to push your chair back against a wall, or in this case I'm pushing it back to my bottom step, that way I know the chair is not going to move from behind me, so I can be sure it's secure in its position. Okay, and what you're going to do is we're going to stand up and sit down several times with the correct technique. So you have to have your feet hip width apart and your knees, hips and toes are all aligned, okay? Now shuffle forwards onto the front of your chair and just lean the top half of your body forward slightly, because that's going to give you the momentum to stand up. So just rock backwards and forwards a few times. And then what we're going to do, we're breaking it down into sections. So we're just going to lift our bottom off the floor first, off of the chair. So up off the chair and then sit back down. We're not standing up, we're just rocking up, lifting the bottom and back down. And again, keeping your head up, don't look down, shoulders back and relaxed, and try and keep your tummy engaged, tummy muscles tight. Fabulous. Now this time we are going to stand up, and if you need to swing your arms at the side of yourself to give you that little bit of momentum to get upright, that's absolutely fine. But if you feel, we're trying to build up the leg strength, so if you start off doing that, that's great, but try and aim in a couple of weeks not to have to use the arms. Now to stop yourself from doing that, you could pop your arms across your chest, so your right arm touches your left shoulder and vice versa. And that will ensure then that you are just using your leg strength. And think about the heel to toe movement. As we come to standing, you're starting off on your heels and you're coming up onto your toes. Lot to think of here, I know, but we just must make sure we're doing it correctly. So when you're ready, thinking about rocking forwards and back, forwards and back, and then when you're ready, come up to stand, heel to toe, up we come, and squeeze everything at the top, your tummy, your bottom, and then let's sit back down again, slowly, down we go. We're not rushing the move, and back to seated. Now we're going to speed that up. Ready? When you're ready, up we go, rock forwards and back, and up we come, heel to toe, standing upright, and sit yourself back down. And again, rock forwards and back, heel to toe, up we come, standing up, squeeze everything at the top, and back down. Let's do that one more time. Rock forwards and back, and heel to toe, up we come, right to the top, squeeze, and lower, sit back down. And take your arms down if you've had them across your chest. So that is an example of sit to stand. You can make it a lot quicker if you're happy to and you feel confident. You can go quicker than that. And as before, I suggest that you start off with maybe 5 repetitions, and then if you feel that you can build up to more, carry on. Try and do that exercise 2 or 3 times a day. You know, maybe when you're waiting for a cup of tea to cool down, or before you eat your meal, or you know, just whenever you're sat on a good on your dining room chair, do a few sit to stands, because it's only going to serve you better and build up your leg strength. Okay, so I'm just doing a couple more here. You can go at your own pace and your own ability. So that's your 3 challenges: your press ups against the wall, standing up and down on your bottom stair or similar item, as long as it's safe to do so, and then perhaps if you have got stairs, up and down the stairs, and your sit to stand. So I hope that's been beneficial for you. As with all of my sessions, take care. If you need any help at all, or if you've got any questions, get in touch with the Sight Support West of England team, who would be very happy to help you. Take care.